morning, it's time to rise and shine.
Good morning. Watch out, JJ. Seriously. I'm gonna step on you. You're supposed to help me not run into things, not the other way around. Foreign providers who call us. There are multiple providers, doctors' offices, etc., who delegate their administrative services to somewhere overseas. Okay? There are. Even for military health insurance. Even for military health insurance, they delegate their administrative services. So, just now, I just got off the phone with a foreign service person, not service person, excuse me, administrative, whatever the heck. And I understand there's a language barrier sometimes, you know? They don't always understand what you're saying, what you're trying to tell them. So I told this gentleman that his provider file was updated when he called on December 4th, or December 6th is when we called December 4th. It was updated December 6th to the correct address, but somehow the billing address did not stay updated. So then he's like, oh, so it wasn't updated. I'm like, it was, but it didn't stay updated. So then he asked me, after I tell him that I'm emailing our certification unit to get your address updated so that the reissues that are currently in process, not yet processed, will be issued to the correct address. So he says that he somehow interprets that to say that the reissues that are currently in process are going to go to the wrong address. That's not what I said. So then he also asked me when he should call back. I said, you don't have to, but if you want to call back, I would recommend checking back on Monday if you want to check if the address is updated. And he says, well, you told me to call back. I said, no, you asked me when you should call back. I did not ask you. I didn't tell you to call back. God, that's so weird. So anyways, I did not say call back on Monday to check if your address is updated. He put those words in my mouth. I didn't say any of that. So that's what I was just saying, you know. Language barriers. I try to understand. I try to talk to him in a calm voice. He's like, I'm making it complicated. Well, I'm not trying to make it complicated. I'm just trying to get you to understand that you don't have to call back. That's your choice, your option. If you want to call back on Monday and check the address, if your boss says you have to call back, I would recommend calling back on Monday. But I sent an email to our certification unit to get it escalated with the address update, and that then the reissues that are currently in process will be issued to the correct address, because the address will be updated before the reissues process. Makes sense to me. Does it make sense to anybody else besides me? I would hope so. I mean, seriously. Jesus. So, just refreshing my curls and not brushing my hair makes my scalp itch. My scalp feels itchy up here, right? So I'm thinking I need to brush out my hair every day, probably. Because, yeah, like I said, my scalp itches. So I'm making eggs, all right. I gotta get the eggs out so I can, I'm not making the eggs. The eggs are already made. I'm cooking the eggs. I'm not a chicken. I can't make eggs. Or a duck, or a snake, or a platypus, or any other animal that lays eggs. Whoa. Well, that was fun times, wasn't it? I'll see you later. Hello. It is 11:30. And I am on break. I will be brushing out my hair. That's why I'm going to oversaturate. I was putting my head in the sink for a long time before I started to spray my head with water. Okay, I need more water. And comb it out, brush it out this way. And I would plug the sink a lot. It would, look at that drippingness. Look at that drip. Look at that drip. So I would plug the sink. And so this makes me not plug the sink so much. And I'm not really sure why that is the case, but it is. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to, because I don't like the back of my head always getting so frizzy, I'm going to diffuse it, because like I said on Monday, or whatever day it was, Tuesday. What is today? Is today Tuesday? No, today's Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, which is great, because then I only have one more day of work left, and I have off on Friday. So, I ordered from Amazon my niece's gift, Serenity's gift, and I wanted it to be shipped to her address. However, when I put all the information in, and I thought I changed the address, apparently it changed it back to my address. So it's coming to my house. So I will need to I'm going to want to make a trip down to Kenosha. Maybe I'll go with Mom. I'll ask her when she's going. Hopefully she's going on like a Saturday or something. Or maybe I'll have a day off or something. And we can go visit Serenity in her house or wherever. And give her her little presents. And say, Merry Christmas, we miss you, we love you. We know you're a busy, busy working lady. Man, I put a lot of product in my hair apparently. I'm feeling it. Very, can we see it? Let's see. Yep, you can see it squish out, which is fine, I don't mind that. I don't mind it because then I don't have to add any more product. Why is this top of my head just doesn't want to be wet? It's like, I'm not being wet. No, not gonna be wet for you. Screw you, not being wet. That's what the top of my head sounds like. Sounds like a condescending bitch. That's what it sounds like, top of my head. Yeah, that's what I think. So yesterday, Serenity texts me saying she's eating tacos. And I'm like, hey, I'm gonna have tacos for supper. And she says, or she sends a meme, a GIF, excuse me. She sends a GIF of two tacos having a conversation. And it says, I wonder what tacos would talk about. She says, lettuce and tomatoes. I'm like, maybe they're talking about their meat filling. And then I turned it dirty. Their meat filling. Yeah. I turned it dirty in my head. And she laughed about it. I'm assuming she laughed about it because she sent a text message with the laughing cry emojis. Oh, geez. Yeah, I definitely have a lot of product in my hair, which is, like I said, a good thing for me. I don't have to add any more product. Look at that. It's all product. Alright, so we are brushed out. Let me get it in the correct. Must have missed the spot back there. Get it all smushed together, or whatever you want to call it. Clumped, that's the word. Curl clumps. I can get that. Curl clumps make for defined curls. Yes, it does. At least that's what I find anyway. So, there's that. Okay. Excellent. Yes, do that. Okay. So, I don't have anything to talk about. I just wanted to mention about my hair, as one does when they have a lot of it. Do you see this? Like, here is my, like, obviously the top of my head comes down there to here. When I stretch it out, it comes down to here. When I stretch this part out, it does. It comes all the way down to here. But when it dries, it goes all the way up here. And then I have this part right here. And so my hair is even when it's wet and combed out. But then it is not brushed out, whatever. It's not once it dries. It's crazy. I don't care for that. But there's nothing I can do about it. So in June, I got my hair trimmed and they evened it out. And here I am in December and it's not even. My hair just grows not evenly. My mom's hair doesn't grow evenly either. So, whatever, I guess. It just doesn't grow evenly. Just gonna be the way it is. Alright, I'm gonna go diffuse mostly the back of my head and the nape to the crown. That's what I'm gonna do. So I'll see you later. So yeah, diffused, and this part of my hair is still not as curly. It's not 100% dry. No, especially right here. I diffused though. It happened, I diffused. It's alright. Everything will be fine. Everything's gonna be alright. Rockabye. That's a 90s song for you children out there. 90s. I would say I'm a 90s kid, even though I was born in 82. You really start enjoying and appreciating music around 8, I would say. Around 8 to 10, around the ages of 8 to 10. Gingerbread. Are these just cookies? It has real ginger in it, it says. Baked with real ginger. Pretty sure these are just gingerbread cookies. Not my favorite gingerbread. Those wafers weren't too bad though. They were alright. So I'm just reheating this pasta that I had from yesterday. What the heck? Look at, is this red? I don't know what that is. We'll just take that off. Here, you want to eat that? Don't bite my finger, thanks. You lick, 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 lick. I think I left my phone. I left my fork in the room of where I work at. The office, I guess you'd call it. I've decided that I am going to paint all the walls in my office black. And then I'm going to put neon colored decorations or whatever on the walls. Why? Because I'm like, 12. No, I'm not going to do that. I am going to finish this wall. This is chalkboard paint, but what I didn't do is I didn't sand this smooth, so it's not a smooth surface for chalkboard. However, I could write on this. Theoretically, I can write on this wall with chalk. It's chalkboard paint, like I said, but I don't know how well it would erase, because it's only like 2 layers, and I'm pretty sure you need like 3 layers of chalkboard paint to make it, and a smooth surface to make it better. I need to I really want to do something with this room. I've been wanting to do something with this room since we had Anna coming over, Russ's daughter, since we had Anna coming over on a somewhat regular basis, at least more than once a year. But now that she's 18 and she has a full-time job and all that kind of stuff, does whatever she wants to do, So I should probably see how much time I have left and then try to eat some food, because I know that once I get back on this phone, I'm not going to get any food. So my performance percentage, usually I'm like top 5. I got the performance email. I'm like 12th. That's crazy. What is happening? I think it's because I can't do as much written work as I was doing. And they still have me in performance to do written work, but I'm not on a written skill set. So, and if I am, we are getting bombarded with phone calls that we didn't usually. Yeah, so I'm going to try and keep doing that. I'll probably email my supervisor and ask her about what skill set I'm on, because I should be on a written skill set, but I'm not. Wouldn't it be something if I wasn't put on that written skill set? I swear to God. Anyways, I'm going back. See you later. Can't believe it. Cannot believe it. I dropped my phone with this case on it. The Galaxy S8 is supposed to have really strong, whatever, glass, Gorilla Glass, or whatever it's called. Not supposed to break. Cracked. I have like a little spider web looking thing in my little corner screen right there. You obviously can't see it because it's not being recorded. It's just on my screen. It could be worse, I guess. It's not completely across the whole screen. It's just the little corner. It's like right there. That little bit right there. But I can't believe it. I've had this phone for 2 years, a little over 2 years. And it cracked. So Russ is going to a business thing tonight, just a little meeting or a networking something or other. I'm not really sure. In any case, he's gonna do that. I'm on my own for supper. I feel like having a dessert. I wish we had peanut butter. We don't have any. Oh, we do have some. Wonderful. That's good, because I'm just going to put peanut butter on a tortilla shell and I'm going to eat that because I don't feel like cooking or doing anything else. And plus I'm not that hungry, so I'm just making it like a little bit of a snack or something like that. What? Alright, bye. Good evening. It's 9-something, 30-something probably. I was watching Greenleaf on Netflix, season, whatever the newest season is, 3 or 4, something. This is if you've never seen this show, Greenleaf, it's about this family, and Greenleaf is their last name. They run a church, like a big mega church, okay? And you would think that people who are supposed to live by the word, be Christian and all this stuff would be scandal-free. The very first episode of the very first season is just after a funeral. The second episode is somebody cheating. This whole season, the whole series so far has been scandal after scandal after drama and all that kind of stuff. It's definitely not something you'd be like Christian people would get into, you would think. But this makes you think, like, what kind of scandals are going on in the real church communities? You know what I mean? Yeah, so Greenleaf, it's a really good show. It's definitely, if you want your drama fix, watch Greenleaf. So, my husband is in the mindset that if we ever have kids, he is going to pound it into their brain that they need to be wealthy. Those are his words. They need to be wealthy. They need to have money. They need to be rich in order to be happy. I don't think that way at all. I never will. That's not what was in my mind. I would, if we have kids, ever have kids, I wouldn't care if they were happy, if they were wealthy. I would care if they were happy and healthy. That's all I want. Stay happy and healthy. That's what I would want for my children. These are gingerbread. I'm a crunchy cookie kind of person. But anyway, I digress. I'm not talking about cookies. I do not believe you need money to be happy in life. However, Russ does think that. He just came home too. I just heard the door close. So, JJ, what are you doing? Get out of my closet. Get out of my closet. Stop it. So, anyways, I think he's wrong. That's all I gotta say about that. I'm going to bed. Toodles.
Bye-bye.